In second place from West Valley, Lauren Matthews. And with the winning time of 55.75 seconds from East Valley, Veronica Garcia. Your 2A girls 400-meter dash champion.
So a couple of weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen, I covered a viral story coming out of Washington. Some of you may remember it, but it was all surrounding girls' sports and the issue that apparently doesn't exist. Anyway, we saw a male athlete win a competition. He won the state title in the 400-meter race, but people in the crowd booed, and apparently the girls on the podium staged a subtle protest. Female runners staged subtle but striking protest as trans winner who beat them by a full second in race takes gold medal to boos from crowd. A group of female runners stood in silence with their hands behind their backs after being beaten by a transgender teen athlete in the 400-meter dash at the Washington State Championship on Saturday. Veronica Garcia, a 16-year-old transgender high school runner of the East Valley School District in Spokane, Washington, finished with a time of 55.75 seconds, a full second ahead of the first biologically female runner. Although there was cheering as the participants crossed the finish line, it was when Garcia, an 11th grader, ascended the podium that boos and jeering could be clearly heard at the WIAA State Championship meet in Tacoma, Washington. Yeah, so clearly more and more people are waking up to this issue and they're tired of it. You know, finally more and more people are seeing the issues going on right now. And we saw a similar situation in Oregon a few weeks ago where a trans athlete crossed the finish line and there were loud boos in the crowd. So it seems like this could be a common response now. But the athlete at the center of all this controversy has also spoken out and, well, they're not too happy about the reaction they've got for winning this race. I don't know what reaction they wanted. I guess everybody's just supposed to clap and cheer, right? And smile. Wow, this is great. This is amazing. Now, before we get into it and take a look at what this athlete has had to say, if you could, as always, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description, and let's get into this article. So, the Daily Mail have reported trans high school athlete 16 whines about being booed after crushing female rivals in Washington State Championships. Give us respect and be nice. Yeah, give us respect, but don't worry about the girls that have been affected by this issue, right? Always the case. Transgender high school athlete Veronica Garcia, 16, was disappointed that fellow runners didn't cheer when he was awarded the gold medal during the state track and field championships last month. Nobody's required to cheer for anything, okay? Especially in this scenario, people shouldn't be cheering. I guess maybe I expected sportsmanship. Well, you even competing in the girls' side of things isn't great sportsmanship, is it? Because I was cheering the rest of them on when they were called, so I guess I expected to get that reciprocated, Garcia, formerly Antonio Brown, told the spokesman. I didn't get that. He told the outlet that the jeers he received at the championship meet in Tacoma, Washington last week, I assume that's going to be, were a bit more severe than usual, so this athlete is already getting booed, and one voice from the crowd even yelled, "She's not a girl," as Garcia went to collect his medal. I know some people think it's a bit harsh to be booing, you know, these high school athletes, but you know, people are getting tired of it. The crowd's reaction, Garcia said, was no surprise, but he was somewhat hurt by the chilliness from his peers, for whom he cheered during and after the races. As he walked up to the podium to pick up his gold medal, the crowd was silent, and his peers would not acknowledge him as they stood with hands clasped behind their backs. I mean, that's a good sign in my opinion. Anyway, you know, I think a bigger form of protest would be to obviously not compete. That's another thing I think these girls should be doing, but it shows also that the girls on the podium didn't agree with it. But here is the lovely, stunning and brave athlete running against girls. People clap and cheer. Garcia is one of a number of high school athletes currently at the center of a debate over biological males competing in women's sports. Shouldn't be a debate. The high school junior began transitioning last year and says he has since had a taste of how hard we as a species can be for absolutely no reason other than being a little different. He has said he's been bullied by those who have lobbed discriminatory comments at him, some of which invalidate his identity as a woman, according to the spokesman. I mean, hey look man, you all know what I'm going to say about this. You're a dude. There is no way somebody can invalidate your identity as a woman because you are not a woman. Though he admits there are not easy answers when it comes to the question of biological men competing against women. I mean, there's a very, very easy and simple answer. Men compete against men, women compete against women. It's so simple, society wants to go in the opposite direction, as always. He said he wishes those with complaints would refrain from yelling at him. I'm just a teenager. It's one thing if you want to advocate for whatever, but your message becomes deflated when you start insulting. As soon as you start harassing transgender people, then I think your message starts to fall apart. I don't know how booing somebody is harassing somebody, but then again, that's just a reflection of the times we live in. Everything is offensive, everything is harassment. You disagree with me, that's harassment, that's offensive. At the very least, give us respect, because I think the best thing anyone can do is, even if you don't understand why we're transgender, the very least is to be kind to us. Kindness goes a long way, he said. Yes, and I think kindness should work the opposite way as well. So it would be very kind and considerate of these male athletes to not compete against these girls, against these women. Show them some respect. Show the sport some respect. But what I'm seeing here, and as always, it's always one side wanting something. Give us respect. Be kind to us. But they don't want to give that back to people. It's always us. Me syndrome. At the final race of the season, Garcia finished with a time of 55.75 seconds, a full second ahead. Yeah, we know that. Although there was cheering as the participants crossed the finish line, it was when Garcia, an 11th grader, ascended the podium that the boos and jeering could be clearly heard. Again, people are tired of this. People don't want to see either, friends, daughters, sisters, whatever, having their races, their sports being affected because society wants to, reaffirm an individual and agree with the individual truth. In a clear sign of disapproval, there was a stunned silence in the crowd until someone could be heard calling out Veronica's name, to which he gave a thumbs up. It's the latest in a series of wins for Garcia, who appears to be performing far better than when he competed on the boys' team. Again, no surprise there. This is another thing we also see with these male athletes, regardless of age. If they competed in the right category, they would not be doing as well. But then, these woke leftist liberals will come back and say, what, the biological advantage doesn't exist. Last month, he finished 13th in a field of 152 girls at the Washington State Two-Way Championships following a cross-country meet. But last year, Garcia could only manage 164th out of 172 in the boys 5,000 meter at a regional championships held in the fall. I mean, this is just ridiculous, man. It really is. Just show somebody that. And if they still think it's okay for these boys to be competing against girls, they're lost. They really are. Public schools in Washington state specify that all students who participate in physical education and athletics are able to take part in the category that corresponds to their gender identity without the need to provide evidence of a medical transition. And this is a big reason as to why this also goes on. If it's not the sporting organizations itself advocating for this, it's the state, and they have rules in place that allow this to happen. And, in some places, if people protest against it, it's a form of discrimination. Backwards, mate. Following Garcia's win, Riley Gaines, we all know about her, great woman, a former NCAA swimmer who campaigns against allowing trans athletes to compete in women's sports, took to social media and posted video of the race. Would you look at that? The thing that never happens, happened again. Veronica Garcia, Donovan Brown just won the Washington State Championship in the girls 400 meter in total domination. Yes, the thing that never happens but seems to constantly happen. You must ignore your own eyes and your own ears. That's a common message on the woke liberal leftist side of things, right? They want to lie to everybody. But, I don't understand how people have, the audacity, let's say the nerve, to say to people, you must give us respect in these aspects. You must give us respect, whilst every single race that a male is competing in, they are disrespecting the women and the sport. It's always everybody, the large majority, having to cater to a small group of people. But in that action of catering to them, they are then being affected by what these people want. And at the end of the day, look, this shouldn't be happening. This article shouldn't even exist in the very first place, because we shouldn't be seeing, still at this point, with everything we've seen gone on over these last couple of years, we shouldn't be seeing boys competing against girls. We shouldn't see boys winning and taking state titles, winning medals. I don't know how many more times this needs to happen, right? Before people sit back and go, yeah, you know what? This needs to stop. Clearly, all boys must be competing in the girls' competition for somebody to go, yeah, you know what, maybe things could change. Even then, I don't think they would. Leave your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen, on this story. Are you surprised this athlete is thinking this way? Probably not. I'd like to know. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, until tomorrow, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.